Hi guys, this is Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA. It is Saturday morning, August the something 2017, about 9 a.m. or so, and I'm going to talk about today, the topic for discussion is RVing and breakdowns. Those little things that happen while you're out on the road. Whether you're in a motorhome or travel trailer, doesn't matter. A motorhome is just a travel trailer with a motor. I've been doing this for over 25 years, mainly pulling travel trailers all over the western USA. I'm out for a drive in Central Texas today because I have a home base here. But anyway, you know, I had a viewer send me an email and asked me to do a video about this, and I thought, well, okay, I'll do it because you know, it may be of interest to a lot of people. But anyway, whenever you're RVing, pulling a travel trailer, or if you're driving a motorhome, there are those times when you're going to have a flat, or if you're in a motorhome, you're going to have an engine problem, etc., etc. And how do you deal with it? How often does it occur? Well, you know, no one can answer that question. It does happen. The more you drive, or the more you travel, the more chance you have of something happening, like a flat tire or other issues. Have I ever had any happen to me? Yes. A few. Not many. I've been pretty lucky, actually. And trying to get going here with this holder. But anyway, how often is almost impossible to answer. How have I handled them? I'll give you some examples. The first time I can remember having a problem was I had a flat. I was pulling a travel trailer. I was going out towards East Texas, and I was between small towns, had a flat, had roadside assistance with my insurance, or what, emergency road service, whatever they call it. So I called 1-800. They sent a guy out. He repaired, put a new tire on, because you can't, once you have a blowout on an RV or a motorhome, chances of repairing that tire are very slim. Usually you're going to have to buy a new tire, so be aware of that. And another thing you need to be aware of is how long it's going to take. If you're not able to fix the problem yourself, particularly a flat tire, or if you're too old or it's too hot or whatever, you don't want to fool with it, you're looking at a minimum of 3 hours, probably in that range, from the time you call till the time you're back on the road again, because the roadside service has to contact somebody. Hopefully they can find somebody that's not busy, and somebody can drive to you to your location depending on where you are. So all of those variables come to play. But again, just use 3 hours as a guideline. You'll be pretty close. You know, they've asked, that was a flat. I just called Mr. Fix, or roadside assistance. They sent a guy out. The next issue I had, I was towing an RV. I was coming into New Mexico, Alamogordo, New Mexico. I was about 30 miles out of Alamogordo, and my truck started acting funny. Finally, it just died, and I coasted over to the side of the road, parked, called, you know, fortunately, you know, thank God for cell phones, and as long as you got cell phone service, you can do all these cute little calls. But if you're in an area, you know, out in Utah or somewhere in New Mexico, Arizona, and other parts of the West, you may not have a cell signal at all, so be aware of that. And but anyway, I just called Mr. Fix, the roadside emergency, and they called a mechanic out of Alamogordo, sent out a big tow truck that was large enough to not only tow my vehicle, but to pull the RV at the same time. Now what we have here is an idiot in front of me. But anyway, it's a girl running down the side of the road, and her mother's following her in a car. Is that cute? Wow. But anyway, back to breakdowns. So anyway, the way I handled that, they sent a wrecker out, towed me into town, and the problem issue there was with the truck was I had put a dual exhaust system on my truck, and when they mounted the exhaust pipe underneath the vehicle, they mounted it close to the fuel line, and it was boiling the fuel line in the line and causing the vehicle to vapor lock. But anyway, that problem was fixed pretty quick. Another one that you need to be aware of is sometimes you're out of the range of roadside assistance or emergency care, whatever you want to call it, and you can be. I mean, I was on the Terlingo Ranch in West Texas, which is near Big Bend National Park, and I was pulling my travel trailer, had a flat, I had a spare, but I had a flat, And I thought, well, hell, I'll just call them. That's what I pay them for. Well, anyway, I called them. waited. Barely had a cell signal, one bubble or one bar, whatever you want to call it. And anyway, 30, 45 minutes went by and nothing. I called them back. And I had to walk up on a hill to get a good enough signal to make the call. And anyway, the guy said, well, we can't find anybody. I said, well, hell, what do we do now? He said, well, if you can fix it, then get it to somewhere, we'll reimburse you whatever the cost is to repair the tire or whatever. Or if you have to get a new tire, we'll reimburse you the cost of that and so forth. But anyway, so what I did there was I changed the tire myself, which it isn't all that hard. If you've got the right jack, you're in good shape to repair your own RV flats. And so I did that. But the next day I pulled into Alpine, Texas, which was the closest town with any facilities at all. Went to a tire dealer, a Goodyear tire dealer they had there. And anyway, he repaired the tire, put a new tire on, and the total charge ended up being close to $300 for the whole thing. And I sent it to, I can't remember which roadside assistance I was using at that time. But anyway, I just called the roadside assistance on the phone, faxed them the bill, and within 10 days I had a check for the full amount. So it works. But just bear in mind that you can be in a location that they can't get to you, or there's nobody willing to come out there. And in particular, if it's a Sunday, I give you 50-50 of getting anybody. Saturdays about the same. That's why whenever I'm traveling, I usually travel during the week, because if you have a breakdown, Monday through Friday, and it's not a holiday, you can usually get somebody out to do the repair. But if you're traveling on a Saturday or Sunday, you could have a problem. And so again, the recommendation there is travel during the week. And it's good for you to travel during the week anyway, because you want to arrive, particularly at state parks, national parks, and other campgrounds during the week, because on the weekends is when they fill up. Particularly if they have water. In other words, if you're out west and it's a river or a lake, you got to know that everybody in town's coming out there on the weekend to picnic, and every available site will be taken. Anyway, this is Kingsland, Texas, USA, small town near where I live, where I have my home base. But anyway, for you guys that are out RVing, whether it's travel trailering, pulling a travel trailer, or driving a motorhome, Class A, B, C, whatever, doesn't matter. If you have a breakdown, you better have some kind of roadside assistance. It's cheap, man. It's cheap. You can get it as a rider on your insurance policy. I think mine cost me like, I don't know, $3 or $4 a month for all my vehicles, including the travel trailer. So whenever I'm out, of course, then it all contingent there. It's contingent upon being able, or having a cell phone signal, so that you can make a call. That's what that's all about. But have I been in areas? It looks like I'm going to run this red light, but I'm not. Yeah, I am. Well, I didn't actually run it. I was in the intersection while it was yellow, so I'm good. That's what I was told. But anyway, so what else can I tell you about breakdowns? All I can say this is also your tires. Here's a little point that'll help you a little bit. Your tires on an RV, travel trailer, motorhome, or whatever, have about a 5-year life, whether they're worn out or not. And what the reason they do that you can actually find out the date those tires were made on your RV or an RV you're looking at. There's some numbers on there that you can check, and it will give you the exact date those tires were made. And a good rule of thumb is 5 years, change them out. Why? They get dry rot. Even if they're not worn, even if they have good tread on them, after 5 or 6 years, you need to go ahead and bite the bullet and spend whatever it is, because they do break down internally, and the steel bands, or whatever they call them, if they're steel belted radials, they just wear out. So having said that, guys, for you people that are traveling in RVs and enjoying your life, just maintain your equipment. That'll avoid any issues. keep good rubber or good tires on your vehicles, and you'll be all right. Again, I've been 25 years. I can count 4 times that I've had to call roadside assistance in all those years. So it doesn't happen frequently. The frequency is, very close to 0 per trip. It's certainly not 1. But be that as it may, guys, enjoy your day from Central Texas, USA on a Saturday morning. And I'm going to drive by the golf course up here, but I'll turn this video off now while I can. But again, enjoy your travels. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, bye USA, made when you can. Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. In fact, it's healthy. It'll help you avoid gout. It'll help you avoid kidney stones, and it will help you lose weight if you drink enough water, because you'll feel full and you won't want to snack. Okay, how about that? So anyway, having said that, guys, oh yeah, keep your health, deep breaths and all that stuff. The whole thing about life, we need to focus more on keeping our health than anything else, because without that, you're not going RVing. You're not going to worry about Rv'Ing breakdowns, because you're going to be laid up in a hospital. So anyway, adios amigos, bye-bye.